right, week 2 of the Dolphins season is coming up fast, and it's already in a critical juncture where the season's online. Good times. I listen to a song before I do this thing to try to get in a mood. I haven't put Ted Nugent's Stranglehold on in like a year. I'm getting nervous. It's not going to be an easy game. Vrabel is very good, but we do have the heat to cook them, hopefully, and McDaniel can finally pull it together, because this loss, if we have it, it is end. We can win it, though. It's not, you guys got to understand, terrible teams can be great teams at any given moment. So it's on a table. I'm going to break it down tomorrow. I did it Saturday last time, but it was a little too late in the week. I'll break it down tomorrow. Might miss some of the injury stuff, but I think it's better to get it out on Friday. So get ready. Hold on to your hats. This is a big, big week. Also to let you know, George from Finn's Faithful Podcast, he and I, every week, 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, we're going to do a show together. So if you want to hear us break stuff down, and maybe that'd be post-injury report, we do a good job. He does a great job. So come check us out there. Also, AFC East Shakedown, do it on Mafia Sports Report, Build Channel, but all the guys from the different division get on that team. We talk about the week before and the week coming up. I'm not going to have a good time. So check me out there. So I want to get into where we are. Clearly, Dolphins are one of, if not the most dysfunctional team over a very long time. And it was a discussion about dysfunction from Chubb and McDaniel, and then Weaver spoke about it today. I want to cover that. I want to cover the injuries. We added Cole Strange. I want to get into that. And then I want to get into Ritchie Incognito saying, do plays like beep. I want to get into that. So those are the 3 things that I want to get into. So that's the deal. So please, if you can help me out, the likes, subscribes, comments, and views, all that stuff keeps Curtis in the business. That's the oil that runs the machine over here, keeps my sponsors happy. So if you can, please help me out with that. Because without you, without them, without the 2 of you, this show ain't going down. Ace Per Head's betting software is the premier white label platform for bookies to manage their players and grow their sportsbook operation. Click the link in the description below to get set up in minutes. Ask for the Curtis promo and get a special introductory discount. All right, dysfunction. It's like Dolphins dysfunction merged together. We were told in 24 this team was hot to trot. They were in love with each other. It was unbelievable chemistry. And we found out that they lied to us. Now, Chubb was the one who said they lied to us. We saw it with our own eyes. I don't need to get into that. But this offseason, we were told this is some of the greatest chemistry he's ever seen on any team he's been a part of. And it didn't look that. Unless, I don't know. I'm in a Twilight Zone. I watched a different game. There was clear dysfunction. At the end of the game, McDaniel talked about guys going rogue. Chubb said guys were going rogue. Weaver came out and said he didn't think they were going rogue. He thought that zone coverage should have been tighter. He talked about miscommunication. And even Sealer's name was brought up about a guy going rogue, and he said no. So you've got maybe an emotional statement by Chubb and McDaniel, or maybe a truthful statement. You've got a truthful statement maybe by Weaver, or maybe a, massage statement. If this team shows what it showed last week, then we know the truth. I would lean towards there was guys not doing what they were supposed to. Now, maybe that rogue was because they didn't know what the heck they're doing, but how do you have going into week 1 with a team that has ultimate chemistry that would make 85 Bears blush, and get this thing between the coach, the player, and the other coach, and then 2 are coming out talking about the film, guys coming in the film. There is chirping already. There is a percolation underneath this thing that It doesn't say super team chemistry. And if it is, then you got guys who don't know what they're doing going into week one. And that is problems too. However you slice it, there are problems. I like to be honest. I like to be accurate. I don't know for sure. History has a series of data points. We'll know as this season progresses. It will be 100% clear. But clearly this team is not together. And I've said, McDaniel, all his talk, guys, the players don't really, they're not down with him. They might like him as a person, but he's not the coach for us. And then you got a lack of talent on top of that. It could all be dispelled for a period because you could beat the Patriots, and then a lot of people say, look, see, we're on the track. And they'll say we're on the track, but then you got to go play Bills. And if you watch the Jets game, we're going to them, a primetime game on a short week, and they're not bad. They're good for what you thought they were going to be. Fields was much better. So this whole thing, this whole soup, will be resolved either this week in a loss or by the end of week 4. But honesty and accuracy, they kind of got to go hand in hand. And the accuracy will be 100% there by week 4 if there's a win this week. So that's the deal, guys. This is more for us Dolphins fans. Greer looked crazy in his interviews. He's not the guy for us. He's the guy leading the show. He never takes responsibility. McDaniel, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he was given a very difficult task considering what he was capable of. I played the Lucy. I love Lucy. My wife loves Lucy. I played it a couple times on this show where she's like, oh, it's not so easy. She's on a conveyor belt with cakes and stuff like that. But once the speed goes up, she can't handle it. McDaniel doesn't appear capable as an OC or HC, and the two compounding together is way over his head. But we'll see if he proves me wrong. Injuries. Guys, we've got so many injuries. We brought Cole Strange in, which is not really strange for us because he's kind of like an Eichenberg, Jackson, Keon Smith type. We really like those guys. I don't like those guys. Not enough junk in the trunk. But I've been studying the other teams, and the knock on Strange was, yeah, he don't got enough junk in the trunk, but he's not really good at picking up the nuance of the game. So what is he really bringing? Belichick appears to have totally missed out on that pick. I don't think he brings much. He could probably be okay. I mean, as far as if you're comparing him to Eichenberg or Keon Smith, but that's not good. We're in trouble with these injuries. So I don't have today's report. But you've got Ethan Bonner, did not practice. Waller, OBJ 2.0, did not practice. Jalen Wright didn't practice. Achan's got a calf. He's limited. No big deal. Davis, limited. He might be in. That could help us. Eskridge, concussion, limited. Tyreek Hill, limited on the oblique. Austin Jackson, toe. But it's looking like Borum's going to start. But that's not a big deal for me in a sense because Austin Jackson's no good. We bumped $9 million to next year, and we had the Austin Jackson campaign. He's not good. He had a terrible game last week. He's got no junk in the trunk. He's been lifted up by the scheme and by certain people that want to promote this guy to be, for whatever reason, to be much more than what he is. He's no good. I guess it's better to have him in than not. I'm not high on Borum. Storm Duck, hip. Oh, he's full. That's good. I thought it was the ankle. Shoulder, but he didn't play well. Julian Hill, he's shoulder. He's full. Melifanu and Trader played pretty well. That's something to be excited about. Phillips, who you should be excited about, is going to play more because Finito Jones didn't play well. He's got an injury. He's out, along with Daniels, who played 3 snaps, injured his ankle going into the game, then his pec in the game. He's out at least 4 games, if not much longer. You got him off the Achilles injury, and now he's got to go on the shelf. It was a terrible addition, man. Terrible addition. But Biggers, I like his potential, but I don't like him playing deep in the pit. I don't like him having to take a play. Because Benito, at least he's a vet, and he's huge. Biggers is big too, but I don't know if he fits that pit prototype because he's so tall. So we're going to get to see Jordan Phillips get to play a ton, and he played well last week. But how much before he gets worn out? And then what does Biggers do when he gets in there? This defensive front is going to get attacked in the run game. I'll get into the matchups. The Pats' offensive line is a little bit better than what it was. Campbell got some knocks last week, but if you watch the game, he had 2 penalties, but he was pretty good all day. They blame him for a sack, but the running back clipped the guy on him and pushed him into him instead of hitting him from the side, and that cracked him open, and he got blamed for the sack there. But the offensive line is a little bit better. They got a weak spot and a left guard, Wilson, who's a rookie. But they're going to attack us with those running backs, and they're going to attack a lot in a similar way because McDaniels over there is not like McDaniels. He's not a good guy. He's crazy. You know, he's got the Gase thing in him, but he is a brilliant OC. And Vrabel knows how to stop this defense, this offense. And so this could be a very close game. The fans hopefully will be cheering, the heat. But our injuries in key areas seems to keep on coming. Thankfully, Duck is back. Don't particularly like the way they play. Huge piece of the puzzle will be Gonzalez. Does he play or not? If he does, it's going to tip the scales towards them. Not fully, but I mean, it's going to help move the meter. If he doesn't, that will open up stuff for us as well. I love Ritchie Incognito. I do. I thought he was screwed in the bully gate, and we heard that the media lied because they had to, and roasted him. Sad. But Ritchie came out, and as Ritchie does, he's like, there was beep. But he said 23, he looked like he had elite skills. But that was a blip on the radar. Now, I'll disagree with that. I thought Tua was better in 22. Aside from the concussions, 22 was his best year. Our throw time went from 235 to 209. Big shift. Thought the offensive line had Hunt, Connor, and Tehran most of the season. That was his best season. So I think they're, not from an injury standpoint, 2 years where he showed something. Not in the injury department. But yes, he has been beep in 24 and 25 so far. But guys, what else has been beep? ROC, he's not good. Head coach, not good. O-line, not good. Tight ends, last year was good with Jonah. Beep, this year. There's a lot of stuff surrounding the quarterback. And I'm not saying people get 211. No, I've always said he's between a 7 and an 8.5. And the 8.5 is if he has great framework. But you got to always say it's less than that because of the injury department. But this is not, people say, oh, this is kind of like the Rams system. It's kind of like the San Fran system. It's not. They've got audibles. They've got an offensive line. They run the football, not just outside zone, inside zone. Their route combinations are different. The fabric of this similar scheme is totally different. I still think Tua could play if he could stay healthy. I don't think he's elite. I don't think he's going to carry you. He's a facilitator. It's just like Chad Pennington. If you put Chad Pennington on this team, he would be destroyed. If you put him with the 2008 team, he went to the playoffs. Framework, Jones, you can see the difference. Donald. So this kid could play. He's not going to carry you. But this whole extremism of he's the greatest and he's the worst, it's not reality. The injury part, I think, is a legitimate thing. We'll see this year. But he's right. He has played like beep for 2 years. But it's a team thing. What else? What's the framework? I think that he's not the guy for us. because the injury thing is such a question mark. We're going to probably be rebuilding this year. He'll be with us next year because you can't get out of that contract, and you want to somehow get something out of him for the miracle hit that he could be your guy, or at least so you could trade him and get something when you draft a quarterback next year, because that's what's going to happen most likely. I'm not saying it is, but if you're betting on something, most likely we're going to crap out this year. Most likely McDaniel's going to get fired. I mean, if we're in an insane world, most likely Greer gets fired, but who knows? And then most likely we're going to draft a quarterback next year because we're going to have a high pick. So I agree with him, but I just think that this focus on the quarterback, if everything is right, I mean, I'm not perfect. I mean, you've got a sane GM, sane head coach, sane offensive line, and surrounding talents that's at a decent level, and a guy sucks, then you know. But when there's just gross perturbations, gross disparity in what's supposed to be there and key elements around the quarterback, it should leave you with at least a caveat and question mark that, well, maybe this guy's not being brought to his highest level. Now, the highest level might not be enough, but clearly he's being hindered. Tannehill. People hated Tannehill. People loved Tannehill. He can win a playoff game. He won a couple playoff games and went to the conference championship. He didn't win it, but he was brought to the highest level of his talents because there was sanity over there. Here, there's insanity. Let's hope it changes. Let's hope somehow through some miracle process that the genius and the brilliance and the awesomeness takes off from here. And you got to hope for that this week. This is it. A loss ends it. A win holds it over for 2 more weeks. Let's see what happens. I'll get back to the matchups with you. Check me out with George on Finn's Faithful Podcast. I'll get some more coverage, too. I'm going to do some other teams. I got some viewers that want me to cover all the teams. I'm going to get more into the AFC East, cover the Patriots tomorrow, and then the Jets and Jets and Bills as well. I'm going to try to get one of them today and maybe another one tomorrow, Saturday. So that's the deal. Guys, I appreciate you sticking through with all this. It ain't easy, but I appreciate it. Curtis saying, be well, go Fins. Curtis out. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.